Well, folks, welcome into this video. I am going to share with you one of the craziest things. No, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in the stock market, okay? I'm going to share with you a gentleman who has turned $50,000 into $22 million plus confirmed with screenshots. He has the screenshots all the way back from 2019, okay? On GameStop stock alone, okay? This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like, up until that time, the craziest thing I had probably seen in the stock market in terms of some crazy gains in a short amount of time was this gentleman we had in the private group. And he ended up buying a ton of puts on the market in February and made out like a bandit. And he turned like 250K into like 3 mil plus, okay? Then he ended up reversing and going long calls and ended up making crazy money off of that. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, his accounts went to like, I don't know, 5 million plus. That was insane, okay? This is another level of insane. 50,000 to over 22 million, okay? This is epic. I had to share this with you guys. I hope you enjoy this, okay? And this is absolutely nuts, okay? Let me get out of this thing real quick here. This little loomy here, okay? Okay, so basically what he had originally was he had GameStop calls for that were going to expire in January of 2021, okay? And so obviously, you know, those calls have expired, so we rolled those into April calls 2021, okay? And he also exercised a bunch of those contracts he had, and so now he has 50,000 shares, plus these calls, plus he's holding 4.8 million just in cash, okay? This is nuts, okay? I mean, 50K to 4.8 mil, it would be insane, okay? But look at his total. He's at $22,845,000. Okay, look at his day gain alone today, up almost 9 mil. Now keep in mind, GameStop stock is up massively after hours. I don't know what it finished at in after hours trading today, but I think that stock was up, I want to say 40 or 50% after hours after Elon Musk did that tweet, okay? And by the way, I have some interesting information I have to share with you guys that I hope this doesn't happen because it could go really bad for some folks in regards to this, but I want to share it with you guys just so you're kind of aware of this, okay? But if that stock goes up another 40, 50%, he is going to be up millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars again tomorrow. Like, absolutely ridiculous, okay? This is one of the most insane things. And, you know, got 4.8 mil chilling. That's really nice, okay? But still, he's got 18 mil plus in the market right now, rolling, okay? This is extraordinary. So we had bought $8 calls on GameStop that were expiring in January 2021. He had the screenshots, you know, they posted everything, the mods from WallStreetBets and everything, and, you know, made out like a bandit, flipped it into just shares, you know, exercised the contracts, and flipped it into more option contracts. And obviously, it was the smartest thing he ever did because the stock just continues to roar higher. I mean, look at the gains he already has on this one. Over 41,000% gain. I mean, it's beyond ridiculous. Like, this is a, you know, I don't know if we'll ever see anything more epic than this. I've seen other people turn, you know, a few $1,000s. Like, I remember there was a story where this guy turned like $5,000 into $770,000 into $0. That's crazy, okay? This to me is crazier. I mean, we're talking about, this isn't just life-changing money. Like, a lot of people talk about life-changing money being a few $1 million. Like, this is like generational wealth this guy has now, like 22 million plus. He could be up, you know, I don't know where the GameStop stock is going to be tomorrow, but he could easily be up $5 to $10 million again tomorrow. And then he's pushing up against 27 mil, 32 mil. Maybe he hits up to $35 million tomorrow, depending on where that stock goes. That is nuts, okay? Absolutely nuts, okay? This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. So I'm going to keep track of this, the whole situation, and see if this guy stays long. And you know, because my gosh, that's just incredible, okay? Citron Research, you know, this is one of those short sellers that's getting absolutely destroyed in this whole situation, okay? They tweeted out this back on the 19th of January. Said, you know, basically, there are 5 reasons to not buy GameStop stock, and the stock's going back to $20 fast. They said, okay, $20 fast. And here it is, after hours today, it was trading at $200 and I think $50 or so. It was fluctuating, but I think it was over $250, okay? So not only did it not go to $20 fast, it went to over 10x that price. and probably way faster than this gentleman thought over at Citron Research. And I remember Citron Research, I think back in the day, was short Tesla. I think they were short Shopify back in the day. I think they were short many stocks that ended up beasting. And GameStop might be the craziest one of them all, okay? Now, I do want to share with you guys a very interesting perspective on this. I hope it doesn't happen because it would be really disappointing if it did. But it wouldn't surprise me a little bit, just, knowing kind of how the way things go and how a lot of times the little guys end up getting screwed in so many different situations, okay? But let me make my face a little smaller here. That way we can kind of, I'll put my face over here. I'll make my face big. I'll put it in front of these guys because no one needs these people's ads. Okay. I want to discuss with you a scenario that nobody seems to be thinking about, or maybe just isn't taking seriously. A little earlier today, former SEC lawyer Jacob Finkel or whatever did an interview on CNBC. I actually watched that on Fast Money because I was interested to hear their perspective. I heard they were going to do it, and I was like, I got to watch. So I actually stayed around to actually watch that, explaining why he thinks the SEC should suspend GME trading. Personally, I don't see any grounds for a suspension, but I also wouldn't put it past the SEC to find a reason to suspend the stock. Maybe that tweet from Elon will end up doing it, more harm than good. If the SEC can find a reason to suspend the stock, two things will happen. One, a standard suspension lasts 10 days. If the SEC were to were to follow through tomorrow or Friday, then all options expiring in the next 2 weeks would expire worthless. You still have the ability to exercise an option during the suspension, but let's be real, 99% of option traders don't have the desire or the required capital to do so, especially if all their funds are tied up in those options themselves, which definitely fits the criteria for many individuals out there. Who would win? The hedge funds who sold all those options at astronomical prices due to the implied volatility. Millions of options have been sold in the last few days, and a good majority expire in the next couple of weeks. First off, okay, that would suck, okay? And then we'll go into option number 2. Let me just talk about that for a moment. That would be so annoying. I would be super disappointed. Although this is, I wouldn't say this is like a good situation to look at in the stock market and be like, in terms of like, this is how fundamental investing is done. At the same time, I got to say I'm on the side of the little guys in this situation. And if the big guys won in this, because the SEC, it would definitely smell like the SEC's getting pockets filled from maybe big guys. Let's just be honest, okay? I don't think the SEC can touch. If the SEC touches this, man, people are going to go wild. People are going to go wild over this, okay? Everybody's watching this. Everybody's watching this whole situation play out. And it would smell of such a bad situation that I feel like even people like Elon Musk would get involved and go vocal about this. So I think the SEC is actually going to stay out of this. If they did get in this, it's going to get ugly. And that would suck because it would destroy a lot of people that have made some game-changing money. I saw somebody paid off all their student loans or whatever based upon the money they made in the stock and things like that. And a lot of people are riding these option contracts and they're making money to, do a lot of things in their life, pay off their cars, pay off student debt loans, do all these different things that they want to do, start a business, whatever, okay? Some people might even be retiring on it. Some people getting crazy rich, the guy that has 22 mil. But it's a lot of little guys that have made money in this whole situation, mostly. And so if the SEC were to come in and basically kind of like cause these people to lose all their gains they had, that would be unfortunate, man. And that would just smell like, big guys are funding the SEC. And are filling their pockets. I don't think the SEC can do it. I think if they're smart, they'll realize, oh man, this could get way uglier. If the SEC comes in this situation, it could get way uglier. And they were to suspend it for, however long and let all those options expire worthless. I think then things could get really ugly. I'm looking at what does the SEC have for a case in this situation, and I look at this type of thing all the time, and I just don't really see it. Like, what can they say? Because a bunch of people are saying, talking about buying the stock and buy, GameStop. Like, what are they going to say? It's freedom of speech. Like, you can't even make a case against that. And the SEC doesn't want to make a case against that because as soon as you make a case against that, you have to tear down the whole thing. Then every single person giving any type of money advice out there, every single book ever written, everything at that point is done. So you can't even go down that rabbit hole. So I don't see it being that much of a realistic possibility, but it is possible. It is possible, okay? That would be unfortunate. Like I said, I hope that doesn't happen. And then number 2, when stock opens back up, it would open considerably lower. Not only because it is generally what happens after a stock comes back from suspension, but because the momentum will be gone. Everybody knows GME, this is his opinion, okay? He thinks GME is a dying company, even if they manage to carve out a future a few years before profitability. That's their opinion. Other people have other opinions on that, whatever, okay? When the momentum dies down, this will return to earth. Everyone here is also holding with the hopes that shorts can't cover. This goes to $1,000, etc. But if the suspension happens, and all these traders will realize those dreams will never come to fruition, a stock will not go to $1,000 if suspended, running to $200. You would have sellers running to the door, pushing the price down even further. So who wins? The hedge funds who not only shorted the stock, but also sold all those options, right? I'm not saying this will happen, but it is a possibility. We need to consider. Food for thought. Congrats, longs, for the record. I have options expiring next Friday, so I hope this doesn't happen, okay? And yeah, just kind of talking a little bit about that. And this one says, agreed, state and federal regulators are also now commenting on the issue as it continues to pick up steam. There's no telling what will happen. You can thumb down all you want. I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but I'm offering a viewpoint that should be taken seriously. What's more likely here? Where the $1 million corporations make out like bandits, or, obviously little guys get screwed. If history has taught us anything, too big to fail will not go bankrupt. So I don't know how this whole situation ends, but I can tell you, I don't think the SEC really has a strong case, really, to shut down GameStop stock as of right now, even if it runs another 50% tomorrow. I just don't see it. Like I said, I pay attention to this stuff all the time, and I'm like, what case could they make against this? I don't know what they could do. It just wouldn't make sense. And they would have to have such an incredible argument, because people are going to be at their heads, because this is like a cult following now. It's not just a massive amount of people that have now bought this stock and bought options in the stock that will go crazy if this happens, but it's the massive amount of people that are paying attention to this situation. Heck, I'm covering this situation on Financial Education 3 at 11:05 at night, right? And so everybody's aware of this going on. And so if the SEC were to come in and screw all these people, man, I'm just telling you, it's going to get ugly, really ugly, and really dang fast, okay? So, it is something to pay attention to, and everybody should be watching this and how all this plays out, because it is a dang interesting situation. But my goodness, man, it's just I got to see those gains one more time. My goodness, I can't get over this. Look at that. Imagine, waking up and your account balance is $22,845,000. Jeez! That person's watching this video. Congrats to you. My goodness. Peace, guys. Have a great night. Much love as always.